Hi everyone, my name is Professor Wilson Kamami, and my YouTube channel is also called Professor Wilson Kamami. Here we simplify mathematics together, and feel welcome, continue sharing, continue subscribing. So today we are looking at statistics. There are more videos on calculus, calculus 1, calculus 2, that is differentiation, integration, calculus 3. So today we are looking at statistics, and this is our third class on statistics. And in this case, we are looking at ungrouped data. And at ungrouped data, we are looking at measure of central tendency, where in the first video we looked at how do we calculate mean deviation and coefficient of mean deviation. In the second video, you are able to look at how we calculate mode, range, and the coefficient of range. And in our third class today, we will be able to look on how we calculate the median, quartiles, that is lower quartile and upper quartile. Then we shall look at quartile deviation and the coefficient of quartile deviation. So let's watch together, let's revise together and simplify this part together. So in this case, I have given my example so that I can show you on how do we calculate the median, how do we calculate the quartile, that is lower quartile, and the rest. So in this case, I'll start with how we calculate the median. Median, I like using, let me use A. I like using Q2 because I prefer to divide my bread into 4 times. Assume that is my bread, regardless of the shape. Here is 0 and here is the largest. So in this case, you may divide your bread into 2. Here I call it Q2. And if I divide another quarter, here I call it quarter 1. And the other one I call it quarter 3. This I call it the first quartile, 3/4 of the bread. This here you talk of quarter of the bread, half the bread, 3/4 the bread, then the full bread. So in this case, when I talk of Q2, you know it is median. I'm at the central number. How do we calculate that one for ungrouped data? For ungrouped data, we say median because it is half, so it will be half of n plus 1. How many data do I have? My n in this case, we know it is 8. So it is half of 8 plus 1, which you get it is 4.5. So because you have been given ungrouped data, the first thing I did was to arrange my data. Don't forget that one. Majority of students know how to calculate median, but they forget to arrange your data. Arrange your data in ascending order. Or some people I prefer you arrange in ascending order, from the smallest to the largest. So in that case, you can be able to calculate median, lower quartile, upper quartile, percentile, even though you are given decimal, you can be able to calculate for ungrouped data. So in that case, it will be half of n plus 1. My n plus 1 will be 9. So half of that one will be 4.5. So I like saying, when you get this one, go to your data. To your data and look at the 4.5 data. What is your fourth data? This is the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, and this is the fifth. So the 4.1 data is between here. So your central data is between here. And there's some students who prefer to divide you have 8 data, you divide the 4 that side and the 4 the other side. As you can see, we don't have one specific number that is remaining. So in that case, you get the average of the 2. So in that case, the median will be 8 plus 10. As you can see now, I can be able to get the average of the 2, which will be 18 over 2. You get it is 9. That's how we calculate the median. But if we got a number, maybe we had 10 data or 9 data. If we had 9 data, maybe I can illustrate that one here. If I had, or let me talk of odd number. I had 5 data. 1, 6, 9, 10, and 11. These are 5 data. Remember, my n over 2 will be half n plus 1. Remember, I have 5 data, so it will be 3. Because this will be 5 plus 1, it will be 6. It will be the third value. In that case, my median is 9. Or there are some people who divide 2 the other side, 2 the other side. The central number you find it is 9. So it doesn't matter the order you use, but I prefer to use n plus 1, half of n plus 1, so that now, if you go to the second one, lower quartile, lower quartile we use Q1 kumaanisha to mean, it means that it is the first quarter. As I divided in my bread here, the first quarter. How do you get the lower quartile? So in that case again, it is a quarter. So it is a quarter of n plus 1. Remember my data, n plus 1. It is, my data are 8 plus 1, so it will be 9. 9 divided by 4, you get 2.25. So in that case, because it will be 2.25, and if you are given 2.5 now, go to your data. Where are we getting 2.5? Here we have first, second, so your 2.5 is between here. That's where we get Q1. Here you got Q2. So my Q1 is between 6 and 7, so we can be able to get the average. So Q1 will be 6 plus 7 all over 2. So you will get 6.5, because that will be 13 over 2. So what happens with this one, in this case, you get, if you don't have specific number, you get the average between of those two numbers. So between 6 and 7, you get the average of these two numbers, that is 6 and 7, and you get 6.5. And in case you are given upper quartile, which is, this case is Q3. Remember, my Q3 is 3 quarter, so it will be 3 quarter of n plus 1, where you get it is 3 over 4 over 8 plus 1, which is 9. 3 quarter of 9, you will get it is 3 quarter of 9, you divide by 4, you will get it is 6.75. You get it is 6.75. So in that case, 6.75, you go to data, to your data, and look at what is the value of 6 point, where are you getting the data of 6? Here is my first data, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So it is between here. Here, that's where we get our Q3. Here we get our Q3, so it's between two 12. So my Q3 will be 12 plus 12 all over 2, and the answer will be 12. So in that case, as you can see, we are able to get the lower quartile, median, and upper quartile, where this one is a quarter, half, then 3 quarter. As I have illustrated where you are given an even number. And if in this case, we want to look at this where you have 5 data, you can be able to get, or maybe you have 7 data. Let me assume you have 7 data. 1, 2, 6, 9, 10, 12, 14. I think those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 data. So in case you wanted to get the mean, we said the median, or the median, it will be this one. Because you divide 3, that side you get it is 9. But now when you want to get, or you can use, because you have 7 data, half of 7 plus 1, which will be 4. The fourth data is 9. Then if you ask a quarter, it will be a quarter, Q1, this is Q2, Q1, the lower quartile, it will be 7 plus 1, quarter of that one will be 2. The second data, you find it is that one. If you wanted the Q3, it is 3 quarter of n plus 1. 7 plus 1, which will be 8, it will be 6. So the sixth data is that one. So this one is Q1, Q2, and Q3. When you are given odd number, it is easier to get a specific value. But when you are given even number, most of the time, each and every time you get the average of that one. The average of 2 data. Because in this case, you find it's becoming between, your lower quarter is between 6 and 7, so you get the average of 6 and 7. You get 6.5. Mean is between, median is between 8 and 10. So you get the average of that one, you get 9. This one is between 12. So the average between those two values is 12. That's how we calculate the median, the lower quartile, and the upper quartile. Let's proceed on how we calculate the other part of it. We proceed, we have calculated the median. We calculated the median. We got it is 9. We calculated the lower quartile. We were able to get it is 6.5. And we were able to calculate the Q3, we were able to get 12. So if we asked quartile deviation, or what you call QD. How do we calculate the quartile division? The quartile division is very simple. You get Q3 minus Q1 all over 2. That's how we get the quartile division. Q3 minus Q1 over 2. Q3 is my upper quartile. Remember I had calculated my upper quartile, I got it is 12. Minus lower quartile, which is 6.5, all over 2. Remember this was my lower quartile, my upper quartile over 2. You get it is 5.5 all over 2. And when you get that one, you get it is 2.75. You get 2.75. That's how we get the quartile division. But how do we get now the last one? Coefficient of quartile division. Coefficient of quartile division. If you can remember how we were able to calculate the coefficient of range, we were saying it is largest minus smallest over largest plus. Is the same in this case. It is Q3 minus Q1 all over Q3 plus Q1. In this case, you know what is my Q3, you know what is my Q1. Q3 is lower upper quartile, and my upper quartile is 12, minus lower quartile, which is 6.5, all over 12 plus now 6.5. And the answer you get now, that will be the coefficient. You get 0.2973, and that is the coefficient of quartile division. So in that case, it's very simple. You can be able to calculate the lower quartile and upper quartile and the median. Then if you ask quartile division, it is upper quartile minus lower quartile over 2. The coefficient of quartile division, it is Q3 upper quartile minus lower quartile over the sum of upper quartile and lower quartile. And you are able to calculate what we call the coefficient of quartile division. So with that one, with that simple case now, we can be able to take another example where, because now I have looked at all what we call the measure of central tendency, having added range on that. So now I can take one example. You see how it is very simple on the same. So let's take an example before I conclude. Now this one being our example 2, the first thing we said is your range. You have 3. The second largest is 8. I'm arranging in ascending order, sorry. So now it will be 12, then 17, then 19, then 25, and then 25. I have arranged my data to this one. Now I have arranged them into ascending order. In our first video, we are able to calculate mean, arithmetic mean. So I will start with how do we calculate mean. Let me use this one for the sake of both. Mean, what we call arithmetic mean. We said it is summation of x all over n. And the summation is 3 plus 8 plus 12 plus 17 plus 19 plus 25 plus 25 all over how many data do we have? 7. So in that case, you get this one is 14, 90. I think you get 109. It is 109 over 7. You calculate that one. That's how we get arithmetic mean. I won't calculate the other mean, but that was in our first video. You can check on that one. Now, in our second video, we are able to look at what is mode. And we said mode is the most occurring number. What's the most occurring number? In this case, you find all number occurring once, except 25, which is occurring twice. So in that case, my mode is 25, the most occurring number. We were able to calculate in my second video again, range. We are able to calculate range, and range you are able to say it is largest minus smallest. And my largest number here is 25, and my smallest number here is 3, so you get 22. Here is just a revision of what we have done in the last 2 videos together with that video. And the other fourth thing is that we looked at coefficient of range. And we said, how do we calculate the coefficient of range? R minus S over R plus S. So it is largest minus smallest all over largest plus smallest. So you get is 22 all over 28. So in that case, you get 11 over 14. You can simplify further, you write in fraction. No, in decimal. Now, the other one, what we looked, those were in my second video. The first video, I looked at mean and other methods of mean and how we calculate the mean division. You check on that one. Now, on the fourth one, which was my that video, I was able to look at how we calculate median. Median, we said it is a central number. So in that case, it is a half of n plus 1, which is half. How many data do I have? 7 plus 1. So half of 8 is 4. So what is your fourth data? It is 17. So median, which is Q2, we said it is 17, sorry. You get it is 17, the central number. Or you can divide 3, you'll be left with 17. That's where we get our median. On the other one is lower quartile, Q1 or lower quartile. We said it is a quarter, so it is a quarter of n plus 1, which is a quarter of 7 plus 1, where you get is 2. What is your second data? 8. So your Q1 is 8. We are able to show that one where you get your Q1. Now, on how we get Q3, upper quartile, we said it is 3 quarters, so it is 3 quarters of n plus 1. So it will be 3 quarters of 8. You get is 6. What is your sixth value? Ama sixth data, you get Q3. Your sixth value, in this case, it is 25. And that's how we get the median, lower quarter, and upper quarter. And if you ask now the eighth thing, quartile deviation, we said it to be Q3 minus Q1 all over 2. And my Q3 we have gotten it is 25. Q1 is 8 all over 2. So you get 17 over 2, which will be 8.5. So in case you are asked the coefficient, the ninth thing you can be asked, coefficient of quartile deviation, we said it is Q3 minus Q1 all over Q3 plus Q1. So in that case, you get it is 25 minus 8 all over 25 plus 8. So you get it is 17 all over 33. So that's how we calculate those ones. So those ones were in our first, second, and the third video. So with that one, you can be able to solve measure of central tendency for ungrouped data. So continue watching. As we agreed, we are simplifying mathematics together, so that majority have been saying mathematics is hard, but we said this channel is purely to simplify mathematics together. As you can see, I have gotten Q1, Q2, Q3. It's very simple. So let's now proceed to dispersion. Those were measures of central tendency. Now I'm going to show you how we calculate variance and how we calculate the standard deviation of ungrouped data, which will be on my fourth class on statistics. So watch the next video on the same. Thank you.